REDFERNSPete Townshend smashing his guitar against an ampAs would later become his trademark. Townshend destroyed the instrument as part of his finale, wrecking it into several pieces. At that point the band were just starting out and the destruction of their instruments was much less common, making it a real spectacle for those present. The guitar body was then tossed into the crowd, where an audience fan caught it, owning it for several years before selling it to a private collector who has owned it since. Now over 50 years on from the original concert, the blue Fender has emerged for sale again and experts tipping it to collect between £10,000 and £14,000 when it goes under the hammer. Is to be sold by Heritage Auctions of Dallas, Texas, and pre-sale online bidding has already reached an incredible £7,000. The guitar has no neck and no strings, but the wooden body remains splintered and in two halves. The blue paintwork is also incredibly faded and chipped. Similar smashed-up Townshend instruments have sold for as much as £53,000 in the past, and the auctioneers are excited to see how this one fares when it goes under the hammer. To get a guitar like this that remains that much intact is pretty rare, and there are people out there who just collect this kind of thing. Gary Shrum, Heritage's Director of Entertainment and Music Memorabilia, said, "To get a guitar like this that remains that much intact is pretty rare, and there are people out there who just collect this kind of thing. To them this will be an incredibly significant piece, and it could fetch anywhere up to £14,000. Later into the 70s it became customary for Pete Townshend to wreck his guitar, but at this point money was a bit tighter, and to see him do it would have been a real occasion. I saw The Who in '69 and they didn't do it then, so it's a real collector's piece." The guitar is being sold alongside the original owner's ticket stub from that night, as well as a letter he wrote when selling it to the private collector. ampAs 1964 Sonic Fender Stratocaster was used by the Who guitarist during a concert at the Long Island. The two-page letter details how he came to own the guitar, saying, "I managed to get to the front of the stage, where I stayed for the rest of the show. When Pete started smashing his guitar during the last number, My Generation, I was standing at the front with my arms outstretched next to others. Pete looked me in the eyes and tossed a piece of the guitar body into my hands. It had a few strings still attached, and the people next to me were pulling the strings, which pulled tightly across my throat. Luckily for my neck, they broke off and were torn away by someone." The sale takes place on April 15th.